Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining and watching this video. Make sure you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It'll help out a lot. As you see from the description of the video, we're here to talk about a very important topic. What happens when your veteran family member or spouse passes away, and what benefits do they have? I'm here with a special guest. His name is Bryce. Bryce, go ahead and introduce yourself for the audience.
All right, thank you. So my name is Bryce Hullett. I'm with the Department of Indiana American Legion. I am responsible for the service office here in Indiana for the American Legion, and we assist our 92 counties with claims, along with anybody else that comes to us, wherever they're at or where they're from.
Okay, so we're talking about benefits that a family of a veteran or a veteran who's about to pass away might be entitled to, and how to start a claim process for those benefits. So from the beginning, will you start with an example? Let's just use my uncle. He's a Vietnam veteran in this example. Say he passes away. Where do I need to start to make sure that my uncle is sent away on good terms with his death?
So fortunately, most of our funeral homes in Indiana are very friendly with our veterans' families in the county service offices or the service offices such as ours. And that's where I would start at, okay? It takes a little time, maybe a day or two to get things going. But once you sit down with that director or the whoever's going to do the arrangements, that's, hey, my dad, my uncle was a veteran. So what do you need from me? And a lot of our funeral home directors, they know what we need for the veterans and give them the best send-off they can.
Okay. And what exact benefits are the veteran and family member of the deceased veteran entitled to with this process?
So ideally, let's say they're service-connected or they're a veteran, it don't matter. They're entitled to a medallion. Let's say they already have a stone or marker at their site. They may have a medallion to be put on their stone. Maybe they don't have a stone. Maybe your uncle is single. So you can always ask for a gravestone. And they're the old style that you see in a lot of places. They're very heavy, but the VA can supply those in most cases. And then you have maybe costs, return some of the costs of the funeral, including the transportation of the veteran. And then some of the counties will also help pay for the mounting of the stone or the medallion as well, because that costs sometimes $300–400 just to get that done.
Yeah, absolutely. So say I want to have like some type of color guard or flag ceremony. Are those things included with the funeral and the burial of the veteran?
Yes. So a lot of times we have in our communities, got the American Legion, the VFWs, they have an honor guard. And a lot of times the funeral homes will reach out to them to coordinate, okay, we have a funeral for a veteran on this date. Can you supply? Can you take care of this? Yes, we can get someone there to take care of that. And some of the places, they don't have a full color guard with the rifles, but they will come out, play taps, do the flag ceremony if the branch of service can't. Because the family will get one flag for the veteran. So let's say in your case, your uncle, and maybe he was single, so it would go to his brother or his sister, the nearest family member, and that would be presented to them generally at the grave site or the entombment.
Okay, and say for example, I have no idea whether my uncle was a member of the American Legion or the VFW or whatever. Does that even matter? Do they have to be a member to get these benefits and services?
No, because the organizations and the federal government, we're going to try to make sure the veteran gets the right send-off because they served and it's time for them to be taken care of.
Do they have to be active duty? Do they have to be retired? Is it okay if they were in the National Guard or the Army Reserve?
So anytime you're with the Guard Reserve, you still have some active duty time.
Mhm.
So, and a lot of times our Guard and National Reserves, they do deploy, so they have that deployment.
Mhm.
So they're definitely entitled to a ceremony as well. Now, burial benefits could be a little bit different
Mhm.
with National Guard and stuff. If they're just strictly National Guard, that'd be something that we would really look at closely at the VA.gov website to just double check everything. I would definitely try to make arrangements for everything.
Okay, so when our family member who's a veteran dies, the first point of contact would be the funeral home to see how to get this process started. But in some cases, I think you said the funeral home may not offer as much, or I don't know, anything at all. Who would the family member or the next of kin reach out to in the next chain of command of this process? Would it be the department headquarters and getting with the service officer, or who would be the next to, or the for sure to go to organization or individual?
Ideally, a lot of our department offices, service offices, there might be one or two people in there, or maybe seven.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, would try to get that veteran or that family to their local county office, ideally, to get the burial benefits rolling as well. Get the forms going, get the markers going. Maybe they don't have the DD-214, so the county service officer may have that, or the district service officer.
Mm-hmm.
They may have it, or they can reach out to the county recorder's office, see about that. And if need be, we can always go through National Archives and try to help the family get that document as well.
And some of the family members watching now be like, what is a DD-214? What is a DD-214?
So the DD-214 will actually show when the veteran went into service and when they were discharged. Whether it's for 1 year, 20 years, 34 years, it would show their branch of service, date of birth, sometimes their service number, social security number, that what they use now, and show their seat time, overseas time, show a lot of the data on there, whether it's at dishonorable, honorable discharge, gives all that details right there.
Okay, perfect. So aside from the DD-214, are there any other documents the family members of the deceased veteran need to bring to make this process easier?
Great question, Bill. The best thing to do is, if the veteran's married and he's leaving a loved one behind, if the loved one can bring in a copy of the death certificate, then all the DD-214 we already talked about, the marriage certificate and death certificate. I'll probably repeat myself, but those are the things that will be needed. On top of that, if you already paid for the funeral services, because we have a veteran, he's already paid for all of that, but hopefully we'll be able to sit down with the family and try to take that bill, transportation, the cost of the coffin, everything, and we'll submit that to the VA, try to get some reimbursement on those items, on that, to a certain point.
And we've talked about some of the documents that the veteran's family or spouse might need, and they may be going, my God, I don't know where those documents are at. I have no idea where they were kept. I don't know if they're lost. I don't know anything about that. Where can I go to get those documents?
So when it comes to marriage certificate, hopefully they'll have them there. If not, I would go to, maybe remember what county you got married in. There's going to be a copy of that there. Reach out to that county and say, hey, I need a copy of my marriage certificate. I don't know where it is. My wife just died. My husband just died. And reach out to them. They'll probably give you a copy for free. And another thing is, because sometimes we forget, and that's really a lot of times when I would get notification of a friend passing away within the Legion family, and we represent them in their VA claims, I will try to go on their VA file. Now, you take our county folks in Indiana in our office, we might be able to go on that file and find that marriage certificate or find that DD-214, and that could be very helpful. Now, the thing is, if you don't have those documents, always try National Archives for the DD-214, check with the state government, they may have it, the county recorder's office, they may have it. Then, now you're thinking about, now you got these documents, the forms, for the VA forms, the headstone forms, the medallion forms, the presidential certificate forms. Where do y'all get this? Well, we know a lot of people still don't know how to turn the computer on. Okay?
Yeah.
it is what it is. So that's where we get down with the counties, sit down with the county or the local rep, or is it American Legion office, VFW, DAV, AMVETS, or the counties or the districts. Hey, I need this. They'll sit down and get those forms. And a lot of times we can do it electronically, fill it out electronically, make it nice and neat, print it, get it signed, and we can submit that to the VA.
Okay, so in the scenario, let's say my uncle passed away 3 days ago. I found all the documents and I decide to go to the department headquarters for the American Legion for assistance. How long does this process take in terms of days or weeks from getting fully resolved?
Okay. It depends on the VA. Let's say you just come in, you sit down with one of our service officers, and we get everything filed. And we'll electronically submit that to the VA. So it takes about, on a good day, 1 or 2 days to get that into the system, okay? Sometimes there's a lag in there, but ideally, hopefully we'll have a response. The veteran will have, or the surviving family will have a response within a month or two on burial benefits in most cases. The reason I say veteran too in this, because we do have veteran couples out there that are married. So we got to think about that as well.
Okay, and let's just switch the scenario and play around with it a little bit. Let's say my uncle passed away 6 months ago, and I'm just now learning that he may have been entitled to benefits. Can I file anything? Is there a deadline? Am I still entitled to anything since I already paid for it?
Yes. Go ahead and bring those documents in. His 214, his death certificate, the cost of the funeral, everything. Bring that in. Sit down. Let's fill the forms out. Submit to the VA. I believe I just read, or in the past couple of days, I think we have up to about 2 years in some cases to file that. But the thing is, maybe next month the VA could change that, or by next year they could change it to 6 months. But the thing is, I always tell our veterans and their families, let's file the documents and let the VA make a decision.
Okay, perfect. So is there anything else that you may want the families or the spouses of the deceased veteran to know about this process and benefits?
So the best thing is, first off, is take care of that family member that has passed away. Get the process going, okay? So if you don't have everything ready within that first week, okay, you got to grieve as well. You got to process things. But let's say the funeral home and got the burial detail, you got your flag, and now what's the next step? Okay, now let's sit down. Okay, your uncle had 4 grandkids and 6 nephews, okay? But you want to get presidential certificates. We can file that, and that will go to Quantico. Get those in, we can get those to the family members, send those to the family members. Then at the same time, it's just a process. You got to sit back and wait. So we'll take care of what we can. And if the counties can't do it, and we got great county service officers out there across the nation, but they can help and they will do it. If they don't do it, get to the organizations.
Perfect. So it seems like there is a process that's fairly simple. Make sure you grieve first. But if you're a veteran, whether it's just your dad, grandfather, uncle, or your spouse passes away, you can get the forms. You know, you start off by any marriage certificate, the DD 214, the death certificate. Get those documents. We'll have the links to obtain those documents in the comments section. And you may see them flash across the screen as well. But so get those documents, work with the department headquarters, whether it be for the American Legion or the VFW, whatever you feel comfortable with, and work with those veteran service officers. They'll get this process started, make it a little bit easier. And if you're late on this process and just learned about potential benefits, there is some time to get those benefits reimbursed to you as well. So keep that in mind. Bryce, I want to thank you for coming out and giving us some information. You're welcome. And like I said, everybody, there's the process. Hopefully this information was helpful. If you have specific questions, please put them in the comment below, and I will do my best to address those specific questions. Bryce can be contacted through the Indiana Department headquarters for the American Legion. Now keep in mind, national headquarters is different from department headquarters. The department headquarters governs the state of Indiana, so keep that in mind when you're trying to Google or find out information. Again, thank you everybody, and have a nice day.